Okay, it's time for a new vlog as it's the start of a new month, with it being April the 2nd here in the UK. I haven't been able to do as much as what I wanted to do, mainly because I've been recovering from the flu, and it just started off with a sore throat, and then after that it went into a blocked up nose, which wasn't fun, and a slight chest infection. And at the moment now, I've currently got rid of pretty much all the sore throat and the blocked up nose, but I've got a slight cough on my chest. So I do apologise if you hear any coughing. So I'm over pretty much the worst of it. So I'm at least 95% back to my old self again. And it was kind of very difficult because obviously as well as having the flu, obviously with being diabetic and stuff, it makes it even worse, which is why normally with regards with your type 1 or type 2, they give you a flu jab, which I don't know, to be honest, whether it works or not, but they just give you it. And obviously if you're of a older pensioner age, they give you a different one to what the younger ones get, because obviously it's gonna, like, could be more life threatening, and especially with pneumonia and stuff. So it's kind of hampered back the stuff that I wanted to do, whether it's been like filming videos or even like streaming on Twitch. I haven't done so in a couple of weeks, again, because I've been feeling great. Luckily, I've been able to put up videos that I've filmed and stacked up, or I managed to find the time to do some videos here and there. So whenever the certain videos that I've done for my YouTube channel upload, my voice might sound croaky and blunged up in some videos. In some videos it doesn't sound as bad, because obviously it was as to when I recorded those particular videos. But it was, as for very difficult in say wanting to especially when it comes to film some of the stuff that I wanted to do, and whether it's movie reviews or even video games, or doing things on Twitch. Like, for example, they just re-released, should I say, the Stellar Blade demo on PS5, and obviously there's two modes. I think one's the story. There's a story mode, and then there's another mode. And one of them I was just gonna record off camera. For the story mode, yeah, I was gonna record off camera, and the other mode, I was gonna stream and then eventually upload to YouTube. And unfortunately, I did about an hour of the Stellar Blade demo story mode, and I just wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling great. So unfortunately, I had to stop the playing it and delete it. And again, it's been, as I said before, it's been really difficult in trying to like concentrate in in doing video games, whether it's a normal thing where, like whether it's Street Fighter or stuff like that, which I've done a lot of on my channel. I did do a while back the Mortal Kombat one. They did the free weekend for a few for a few days, and I got to play that, and I think I've got like at least like maybe 2 or 3 videos of the stuff that I did on Twitch. So I will upload that. But I actually really enjoyed the game. Although, I know people have got problems with the games and stuff to do with balancing the game. And obviously with the new games like Street Fighter, I've already did come up before Street Fighter 6. You got like Tekken 8, which now is taking people by storm. Which, although I don't own the full game of Tekken 8, but from the demo that I played of it and the betas I played of it, the game was absolutely brilliant. And if I had actually the money, I probably definitely would have bought Tekken 8. Although I've been practicing Tekken 7, because I've had that for quite a while. I haven't I haven't really played it, so I'm starting to play it now. So I'm one game behind, but from what I've played of Tekken 7, which I've been practicing on, I'm absolutely enjoying it. But you can see the difference in terms of the controls, in terms of how smooth it is, and the graphics from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. There's definitely a huge difference in terms of the evolution, in terms of the horsepower of playing it on the next gen consoles. Whereas I think Tekken 7 was tailored still on the PS4 and Xbox One, but then you could still play it on the PS5 and obviously the PS5 and sorry, the PS4 and the Xbox One. But you can definitely tell that with the next gen horsepower of the actual of how good the game is. So I did enjoy Mortal Kombat 1. Eventually, at some point, I do want to sit there and I do want to play that game. I did a few weeks ago. Did the demo of that new Contra game, and I have to admit, I am a big Contra fan, especially of Contra 4 that was on the Super Nintendo, or it was also known as Super Pro Beta. Obviously, they replaced it with the robots in the UK, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I know I've heard stories about the Switch version kind of running a bit funny, but I've played it on both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and I really enjoyed it. Although it is hard in places, but it did give you the feels of the classic Contra. And again, I said before, I really did enjoy it, and it's maybe at some point in the future, if it comes down enough in price, it's something that I definitely would want to play, because it does seem good, especially the last Contra game which I forgot that came out, which I bought, Contra Corps, I think it was, which I managed to get for £5 for the Switch. I just bought it for the sake of it, for the price of it. It does seem it's a lot better than that game. Obviously, you heard me just mention the game Stellar Blade, where it was accidentally leaked on the PlayStation a few weeks ago, and some people were lucky enough to download it and play the game. A fellow YouTuber, VSips, he managed to play the demo right when they first leaked it, and the game looked absolutely spectacular. Again, for the little I've played of it, the graphics look really good, really good and detailed. This is what I want to see from the next gen consoles with the PS5, and obviously with the Series X. Although that's not going to be on the Series X, as far as I know. You want to see new franchises taking advantage of the horsepower of these next gen consoles. So, for me, I've been a little bit disappointed with the Series X and PS5 in terms of that you're not seeing with a lack of games, a lack of exclusives, and a lack of games really taking advantage of the hardware of both of these big consoles. And already you're hearing the rumors of the PS5 Pro, which I can't, to be honest, I can't see the point of it, because yes, it's going to be a little more powerful and it's probably going to run better, etc, etc, etc. But for me, the most important thing is the games, and that's the problem that the PS5 for me suffers from at the moment. Same, more so even with the Series X, where overall their focus is more on Game Pass, and where for me, where it's the games and the fact that we're not going to be seeing any big exclusive games, new games until 2025. For me, it's kind of a very a bit of a disappointment. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't regret having a PS5 and the Series X. Of all those were gifted to me, but for me, it is a bit disappointing that we're not really seeing games fully taking advantage of the software. And already you're hearing Sony preparing to release a PlayStation 5 Pro. We've already seen what they've done with the VR2, where to me, I don't think they've seemed to be very good at handling their hardware, because obviously you've got the VR2, and for me, obviously, especially with the price of how much that was and the lack of games that seem to be coming out for it, seems to be already be dead in the water, similar to what they did with the VR1 and the PS4. Now, don't get me wrong, something like the VR virtual reality is something that I would be interested in when the technology is right and the price is right, and obviously the games that have to support that platform. But to me, it seems like that Sony have just already given up already. And again, as I said before, they seem to have a problem with dealing with their hardware. Same thing with the PSP, which could have to me was underused in my opinion. Same thing with the Vita, where again, in terms of what the system could have been utilized for, again, it was sadly wasted. And this is a thing, to me, it's a pattern that Sony seem to have with their hardware. Now we're hearing rumors of a new Xbox console coming this fall, and rumors of a handheld. So again, it's going to be interesting to see of how this all pans out in terms of what they do. But for me, it's kind of been very disappointing. But Stellar Blade, to me, looked really good in terms of the graphics and the story. From what I saw, it looked, especially playing story mode, seem to be very engaging. Of course, I got this feeling that's going to be £70 or $70 in the States. So again, it does, at least there's a little bit of hope. I think that's, again, I don't know when it's coming. It's supposed to be coming out fairly soon. I think sometime in this April. I could be wrong, but I know it's going to be coming out fairly soon. So at least that game does seem very interesting. Although my only little complaint about the game is that in terms of it telling you certain moves, obviously with this being the demo, some of the stuff, the moves it tells it is telling you later on in the demo, which I think should have they should have told you much earlier on in the beginning of the demo, because obviously that will be more helpful. It's a similar thing with, for example, with Resident Evil 4 Remake, where in Resident Evil 4 Remake there's a new move where you can parry moves from enemies. So if someone's about to hit you with a machete or a pitchfork, if you use the L1, the left shoulder button, wherever you, regardless of playing the Xbox or the PlayStation, you can parry attacks, and obviously it slowly wears down your knife, which you could upgrade. And what I found with the demo, and from what I've seen with people when I've watched people's playthrough of the Resident Evil 4 Remake, to do that move, it tells you that particular move way later on in the game and way later on in the demo. And in the beginning of the game, you do fight a couple with the first bit of the game, when you see those crows, and then you fight the first two enemies, and one of them's got a pitchfork, and then one of them's got a machete, and then you take those two out, and then as you work your way down, there's a bear trap, and then another guy, and then you slowly get to the village. And those three bad guys, or wherever they're supposed to be, being able to parry attacks from their weapons is something that you would want to know does come in handy, especially when in that beginning of the game you don't have a lot of ammo to take down those enemies. So you're similar to the thing with Resident Evil 4 the original, where HD, where if you're playing it on your first playthrough, you can use knife attacks to take down enemies, and to slow them down, so you're saving on your bullets, because you need to find a lot of bullets. And especially this remake, you can craft ammo for your gun, so these enemies will be a lot tougher to take down, and there's a lot more of the enemies being generated. So it tells you the moves, like you can crouch, because even with knife attacks, you can actually, if you walk crouch, they try to swing at you, they can't actually hurt you. And these things you don't learn until much later on in the game. So I think that's the only problem I have with Stellar Blade, is that I wish some of the moves that it teaches you to do, that it will teach you that much earlier on in the demo. Now, again, this may something that they may not do in the full game, but I'm hoping it's game. But from what I played of it, as I said, I really enjoyed it. And again, as before, I want to do the story mode, and then I want to do the other mode of it as well, which I say is for experienced players who've played that type of genre of games before. So I'm gonna record the story mode off camera and maybe split it into two and upload it, and then the other mode I'm gonna stream on Twitch, and then I'll export it just to YouTube. So you got those two different gameplays of those games. A similar thing with the new Contra game, with the demo, where you had the story mode and then you had the arcade mode. So you got the two separate modes. So I thought that was great. Again, I don't know with both of those games, because I know with Contra's already out, whether or not you can play those two mode in the full release of Contra, and whether this will be the same case with Stellar Blade. But I'm assuming that will be the case. But yeah, the graphics detail, I'm playing on a 1080p, so I can only imagine on what that would look like on the 4K screen. So yeah, that does look really great. So although I won't be able to play it straight away, I'm gonna be looking forward to fellow YouTubers, but I know that I will be playing it, and watching their playthrough until I can eventually at some point get the game for myself and play it for myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to properly playing the demo properly. So look out for that. I want to get back to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I think I'm about halfway through, But I was doing it on the Xbox again, as I said before. I've got it on the PlayStation 4, and I already completed it. But again, I got it really cheap for the Xbox One, and I wanted to go over it, not only go for it fresh again, but also to get the achievement points. So I want to get back to playing that game again. As soon as I can get my energy back, my levels back, especially because I've had not just the flu but other health problems, so I haven't had the energy to do the things that I wanted to do. I want to start doing more video game playthroughs because I've got quite a lot of them now, but I don't know what game to start up with. I was thinking of playing maybe Bad Company, because obviously I've got Bad Company 1 and 2 for the 360, and it's backward compatible on the Xbox Series X, and obviously if you've got an Xbox One S or X, it's compatible for that. So I'm thinking of doing something like that. So keep an eye out for that. I need to just do the Prince of Persia, that recent release of that. There was a demo of that. So I want to sit there and play through that and put that up. I've got some books, some of them comic book related, some of them movie related, that I got for Christmas that I still need to do videos for. I've got this really big, massive Switch game that I still need to do the video unboxing for. And all I can tell you is that it's a collector's edition. It's something that I got given for Christmas, and I need to do the video for that. I've got some Blu-rays that I haven't taken out the cellophane, so I want to do them, to do the unboxes of them. So I still got that to do. I've got I've got like a couple of t-shirts that I need to do, some superhero figures that I got for Christmas that I want to do. I've got to upload some of my new video game purchases that I've got. I've got one on the way, and I bought one a couple of weeks ago, which I need to do a video for. And there's some that I've actually filmed, but I just haven't uploaded them yet, so I need to do that. Obviously, you know, you've heard a story about half the Body Shop UK stores closed, and there were a lot of the items in my local one, which is now closed, they were selling items for 50% of the price. I need to do videos on them, and I've got and I've done videos on I filmed some of them anyway on different budget bath salts from different companies, from different shops that I need to do. Some of them one of them I've uploaded, which would be the Cousins Imperial leather that I've got. And what I'm thinking of doing is that when I do my follow-up videos, rather than doing another long-winded video, what I'm thinking of just doing is using the YouTube short functionality, where you can do the videos for 15 seconds or 60 seconds. So I'm thinking of doing that, and maybe with some films where I don't want to go into like really details, where similar to what I did with Police Academy, the Police Academy 7, which was under a minute. So I'm thinking of doing that. I've got something Star Wars related. It's to do with the original trilogy that I want to do, which I'm gonna film, and I'm gonna film one of the particular Star Wars particular things, which I'm not gonna spoil what it is. I'm hoping I'll be able to film it this week sometime with one of them, and then hopes willing that I'll do the other lot. But you'll see what it is. But for me, it's kind of rather something special. So if you're a Star Wars fan, then keep an eye out for that video sometime this week, in terms of of how good it is. I still need to do a follow-up video on the iPhone 15 Pro. Again, I might do that as a YouTube short. Same with the iWatch Series 9. I might do that as well, or I might do a slightly longer video. Depends on what I've got to talk about it and how I can fit it in. So I've got that. So I've got lots of content coming up. I've got one or two things coming, and quite a few things that I've already filmed that I just need to simply just upload, or I need to actually film to these. But I've got some appointments that I need to go to. So again, as I said before, because I'm recovering from the flu, and I've had other health issues, so I've been feeling really drained. That's what's kind of kept me back in doing a lot of video gameplay and videos, and whether it's live streaming on Twitch, that's kind of what's held me back from doing it. But hopefully I'll be able to to get back into the groove of things, slowly but surely. But you have to look after you. At the end of the day, is why I see it, regardless of if you're making money from it or something or not. You have to put your health first. So yeah, I've got that to do. So again, and then there's a lot of I got so much comic book related stuff to sit there to film, whether it's stuff that I've already filmed and stuff that I still need to film. Got a lot of comics. I've got a special Flash one which I've already filmed about a month ago and I haven't uploaded it yet. Which it's going to be a little bit long, but you'll see the reasons behind it, why it was so difficult to actually get this particular issue of the Flash. But you'll see, because it's a rather special anniversary issue. So when you'll see that, you'll see what I'm talking about. And normally I don't normally speak on comic books. You just see me flicking through the comic books and then me adding music to it, but you don't really see me speaking. But with this particular issue of the Flash, because of what issue it is, I decided to do some commentary on it because it's a rather special issue, and also why it was so difficult to get. So that's probably going to be like a one-off. I'm only going to maybe do commentary on certain comics if it's something really special, if it's something special that I've had in my collection for many years. I might do it as once in a blue moon when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, just look forward to lots of content on my YouTube channel. Again, special thank you to everybody just before Christmas get me to the 500 plus mark. I really appreciate that. To these subs, old and new, and I keep sending out videos. It's probably people tired of me hearing me saying that, but for me, it's like without the subs, whether it's just people who are already subbed to me or the new subscribers that decide to subscribe to my channel, I wouldn't be where I am, and give me the perseverance to persevere. Because if it wasn't going anywhere, then I just would have given up. And obviously, with me not feeling that great, I do feel as if that I want to give something back in putting out content. So when you see your YouTube subscription going up, sometimes even when you're not feeling well, you think yourself, right, I want to put out something. I want to give something back and put to the people that have decided to subscribe to me. So a big thank you. I'm nearly close. I'm nearly a stepping stone away from 600 YouTube subs. So maybe we'll get there in the next few weeks. Maybe we'll get there in the next couple of months. Who knows? But again, hopefully we'll get there. And then also the next milestone will be 1,000 subs. So we'll get this sooner rather later. Maybe when we get to the 1,000 mark, which is still a long way away. We'll try and figure something special to do in that video. But we've got plenty of time to. I've got plenty of time to think of something to do. Because we won't be getting there for quite a while. But again, there's lots of stuff to look for. I've got tons of stuff to do. Just a matter of filming it, filming the products that I want to film, or simply just uploading what I've already got. So, look out for that. And I just want to end this. I really didn't want to end this on a negative note, but it's kind of a slight rant. But for me, one of the things that I've liked about social media, especially like things like Twitter or X as it's known as, is that you get to meet people all across the world and talk to whether or not, and become good friends with them wherever they are in the world. And especially if they share your passion, whether it's sports or video games or movies. So it can be great. So the good outweighs the bad, but in terms of these things, and even with Facebook, I found lots of long lost family members or even old school friends. So it's been positive in in being on these social platforms. Although now these days I don't use WhatsApp anymore because long story, but there's lots of multiple stories as to the reason why I don't use that anymore. But it's just, I don't know, but anyway, I'm waffling a little bit. But what kind of bothering me about social media is the amount of you're seeing a lot of these racist people going and being on there, people saying hate speech and making derogatory allegations towards people, and some of these people, when you look at them, barely got any subscribers, don't use their real picture, and it's very easy for them to sit behind a computer screen posting out complete crap. And I think sometimes it's unhealthy where you get some people that sit on these social platforms 24/7, spouting misinformation and spreading stuff that's not actually even true, and it can be harmful, because if you've got the average person that is intelligent enough, they'll sit there and decipher whether it's something is true or not, or even do the research to find out whether something, what somebody's saying, is actually truthful or fake. But all it does is that it just encourages the idiots and the weak and the people that aren't very intelligent to sit there to spread false stuff. And when you sit there and you see it, especially when people are being toxic, racist, being bigots, or just basic misinformation, it just shows that a lot of these people have got way too much time in their hands. And for me, like, dealing with stuff I have to deal with outside in the real world, health problems, obviously doing my YouTube, filming stuff and other stuff, it doesn't give me that amount of time to sit there and to spend on this social platform and watching what everyone's saying and spreading misinformation about on social media platforms. I don't have the time to do that. Because I've got so much going on in my life. And I think the problem with some of these people, I think they've got way too much time on their hands with some stuff. And especially with us, I've said this before, with losing 3 family members in less than a year and a half. It gives you kind of a new perspective in life, that you need to go out and do things and enjoy life, because you don't know when your time's going to come. And rather than spend it in a negative way, sometimes you need to spend it in a fulfilling, positive way, whether it's going out on trips or going for a walk or doing something that you love and that entertains you. And that's what it's encouraged me to do, is to do the things that I want to do, like watch movies, play video games, go for walks here and there, see things, educate myself, and to do things that I maybe wouldn't have done before because I didn't have the courage or didn't think I was capable of doing it. And then, so that's what it's done for me. And I think sometimes spending too much time on social platforms, I think, is mentally not very healthy. So everything is good in moderation for me. But when you sit there and you're spending your entire life, day in, day out, 24/7 on certain things, it's not healthy. So yeah, sometimes you need to switch off. Like, I keep turning off my mobile phone and watch my movies, my TV shows, or play my video games, and I just switch myself away from the world, and I do what's good for me and keeping my physical and mental health. So if there's anything that although I'm not the brightest person on this planet, that my advice in my years of being on this planet is take the time out, go out there wherever you are, take in the fresh air. Well, it's not very fresh with the carbon monoxide, but do things that entertain you, that make you happy. Don't sit on things that are going to make you miserable and going to get you upset, and then are going to affect your mental health, and then you end up having, mentally damaging your mental health, and then it slips into depression, and God knows where that may lead. Try to do things that are positive and are gonna, and are going to make you happy and are going to fulfill your life. If there's something that you always wanted to do, go out there and do it. Whether it's do a course, go on holiday, or even start a YouTube channel or stream. If there's something that you want to do and you have a passion out of it, do it. Or review movies that you've got in your collection, or you see in the cinema, go out there and do it. Because it's never too late, as I say. But yeah, this social media stuff, again, it's just, well, for me, it's starting to get too toxic and too hateful, and it's just, for me, it's too much. So for me, I just zone out because it's just too much. But that's my 10 pennies worth. Anyway, this is my vlog for April 2nd. So we'll see you again for the vlog for May, which is the month of my birthday. So see you then.